Hi, this is Venkatesh. In this video, I am going to explain how to write Servlet program, how to compile, how to deploy on Tomcat server, and how to run without IDE. IDE stands for Integrated Development Environment. For example, Eclipse, MyEclipse, and NetBeans are called IDEs, Integrated Development Environments. As a beginner, you have to learn without IDE. After getting some knowledge, you can use IDEs. In this video, I am going to explain how to write Servlet program, how to compile Servlet program, how to deploy Servlet program on Tomcat server, and how to run Servlet program without IDE. In further videos, I am going to explain with Eclipse, with MyEclipse, and with NetBeans. But in this video, I am going to explain without IDE. As a beginner, you should learn without IDE. After getting some knowledge, you can learn with IDE. Okay? Now, first of all, according to web application folder structure, we have to create one folder. For example, first app. In this folder, you have to create web-inf folder in capital letters. In this folder, we have to create one more folder, classes, in small letters. In this folder, you can write any one Servlet. For example, first Servlet.java. After compilation, you will get first Servlet.class. And one configuration file, web.xml, in web-inf folder. Say, according to web application folder structure, we have to create one folder. First up, for example, first app folder. In this folder, you must create web-inf in capital letters. This is one more folder. In this folder, you must create one more folder. The folder name is classes. It should be in small letters. In this folder, you can write one Servlet program. For example, first Servlet.java. After compilation, you will get first Servlet.class. One configuration file, web.xml. This file name should be web.xml only. It should be in web-inf folder only. Like this you have to create. This .java file, according to web application folder structure, we have to place in src folder, source folder. That should be outside the web-inf. For practicing point of view, you can write here also. Okay. Now, after completion of this, we have to create war file, web archive. We have to create one war file. Whatever is there in the first app folder, that is we have to create as a war file. For example, first.var web archive. It is nothing but one web application. Okay. After creating war file, you have to start the server. Any server like web server or application server. This first.var file we have to deploy on server. First.var. Next, you have to open the browser. It is called web client. From web client, we have to send the request. Here in address bar, we have to type the URL. Here HTTP, Hypertext Transfer Protocol. It transfers hypertext from client to server, server to client. It is used by browser and server to communicate on the web. Here local host. If the server is installed on same computer, then you can use localhost. If the server is installed on other computer, you have to use computer name. That is nothing but domain name. Suppose server is installed in same computer, then we can use localhost. After that, port number of Tomcat server. By default port number 8080. I change it to 8082 because Oracle server port number, Tomcat server port number, JBoss server, nothing but Wildfly server port number. By default, all servers port number, maximum servers port number 8080. In my system, Oracle server installed, JBoss server, nothing but Wildfly server also installed, and Tomcat server also installed. All servers same port number will be there. That is the reason I changed Tomcat server port number. I changed it to 8082. That is the reason I am using 8082. After that, you have to write var file name, nothing but example first. After that, URL pattern of Servlet in a web.xml. Whatever we are going to write, that is you have to write here. So I am going to write test in a web.xml. Okay. Like this, if you send request, this request is called HTTP request, client to server, request passed. This is called HTTP request. Then response comes, that response is called HTTP response. The response is called HTTP response. Now you will get an output on monitor, welcome. This is first Servlet program, how to write, how to compile, how to deploy, and how to run. You are going to see in this video. Okay. Say according to this folder structure, first of all, you have to open command prompt. Here we have to create first tab folder, MD first tab. MD nothing but make directory. Directory is nothing but folder. In a DOS operating system, we are calling directory. In Windows operating system, we are calling folder. So MD first tab. Then first tab folder created, make directory, make folder, first tab folder created. We have to enter into that first tab folder. So cd first tab, change directory. Now we are working in first tab folder. In this folder, md webinf in capital letters. Now webinf folder created. cd webinf. Now entered into webinf folder. Now md classes, cd classes. Now 3 folders created. First tab folder, web-inf folder, classes folder. Here first tab, that name whatever you want you can write, but web-inf in capital letter, that is compulsory as it is your right. Classes as it is your right. Web-inf in capital letters, classes in small letters, according to Sowlet specification. We are right. Then only server can understand. Here you can start first Sowlet program. You can open Notepad from here also. Start Notepad first Sowlet.java. Then cannot find the first Sowlet.java file. Do you want to create a new file? Yes, click on S button. Now we can write Sowlet program here. Say without class we cannot write Sowlet program. So that's what first of all we have to create class. Class name first Sowlet. Here if I write main method not executed because Sowlet program runs in server. Server doesn't know main method. If you write a main method also, it is not called. So that is the reason we have to write lifecycle methods. For execution purpose, lifecycle methods are there. All lifecycle methods are the part of Java x.sowlet.sowlet package. Java x.sowlet.sowlet interface. To derive lifecycle, we have to implement Sowlet interface. Sowlet interface is a part of Java x.sowlet package. So we need to import the package. Okay. See here, implements Sowlet. If you write lifecycle inherited in this class, if you write implement Sowlet interface which contains lifecycle inherited into our class. See, but if you implement Sowlet interface, you need to override all methods of Sowlet interface. There are 5 methods are there. Instead of that, alternative way is there. We can extend generic Sowlet. If you extend generic Sowlet, you need to override only one method, that is service method. Service method mandatory, remaining methods are optional. According to your requirement, you can select. Now, if you implement Sowlet interface, you need to override all methods of Sowlet interface. That's what one alternative way you can extend generic Sowlet, because Sowlet interface already inherited in generic Sowlet. Generic Sowlet inherited in first Sowlet. At last, lifecycle inherited in your program also. So if you implement generic Sowlet, if you extend generic Sowlet, you can override only service method. See, service method we have to override public void service, which takes Sowlet request, Sowlet response. It will throw exception. That's what we have to handle with try catch blocks. try catch exception e system.err.println e. Now this method is mandatory to override, but other methods are optional. If required, you can override. If not required, no need to override. Now here service method will throws two exceptions. That's what try catch blocks to handle. Now this catch block will handle all exceptions. Here from server to browser we have to create one stream. Through that stream we can transfer welcome message. For that getWriter method is in a servlet response. That method if you call, you'll get a printWriter stream. With that we can transfer welcome message. So printWriter pw equal to response dot getWriter. With this line one stream created from server to browser. Through that stream we can transfer welcome message. Say pw.println welcome. Now this service method is an instance method. There are two ways to access. One is by using object and one more by using object reference. Here it is overridden in a first servlet class. Now first servlet class object required. First servlet object created by web container. Web container is a part of web server and application server also. For creating object to this first servlet class, this class must be public. That's what I am writing public. If public is there, this class is accessible to web container, then only it will create object. Then lifecycle methods are called. That is the reason public compulsory. This printWriter class in java.io package. So we have to import java.io package. See here, first line, I imported java.io package for printWriter class. In second line, I imported java x.servlet package for generic servlet, servlet request and servlet response. Okay, it should be a public because then only this class is accessible to web container to create object to call lifecycle methods. Extend generic servlet. If you write lifecycle methods init service destroy derived from servlet interface and inherited in now first servlet class also. So servlet interface inherited in generic servlet. Now generic servlet inherited in first servlet. Lifecycle methods are present in servlet interface. So if you extend generic servlet also, lifecycle inherited in our servlet program. Now why we selected generic servlet is, if you implement servlet interface, you need to override all methods. If you extend generic servlet, one method compulsory, remaining methods are optional. That's what we selected. Now one more servlet also is there, HTTP servlet. That is we'll study in further videos. Here service method. Here with this line one stream created, server to browser. Through that stream welcome message transferred from server to browser. Now welcome message as a plain text it is transferred to browser. By default background color white color comes, text color black color comes. If you want to change the colors, if you want to increase the font, if you want to change the font style, these all you require HTML program. Here little bit HTML code also I am going to add. See, in a printWriter println method I am writing HTML tag, body tag, BG color for background color purpose. Suppose green color. Text attribute for text color. Suppose yellow color. Level 1 heading, big size letters. pw.println, level 1 heading close, body close, HTML close. If I write like this pw.println, I written print writer println method, I use it. This HTML code passed to browser. When browser receives HTML code executed under browser, then you'll get output welcome message. But background color green color, text color yellow color, level 1 heading, big size letters also displayed. So this welcome message now displayed in yellow color, background color green color. Now level 1 heading style printed. Okay. This is our first Servlet program. After writing this program, file, save, you have to compile. Here at the command prompt, you have to compile. Javac first servlet.java. Now program successfully compiled. Before compilation, you need to set the class path. Already class path I settled. Okay. The class path in previous video I explained. Okay. Now here we have to write web.xml file in the webinf folder. So we should come back to webinf folder. For that cd 2 dots. Then it will come back to one folder. Here you can start notepad web.xml. Now cannot find the web.xml file. Do you want to create a new file? Yes. Now it is configuration file. Here web app servlet, one servlet name, any name you can write. For example, demo, servlet name close, servlet class. Here the servlet class name, whatever I written. First servlet class close, servlet close, servlet mapping. Here servlet name, whatever I written servlet name here demo, same name you have to write demo. Servlet name, URL pattern. Here something, any name, test, URL pattern, servlet mapping, web app. Here first servlet, the servlet class name whatever we written, that one, this one must match. This name used by programmer. After that, here any name you can write. This name used by deployer. But whatever you write here, same name must be here. Okay. After that, here one more name you can write. This name used by user. In the browser, we are going to use test. Then test associated with demo, demo associated with first servlet. Then first servlet program is going to be executed. Okay. This is configuration file for Tomcat server. About XML, very depth in further videos you'll study. Here in a browser window, we have to write /test. Then test associated with demo. Demo associated with first servlet. So if you write in a browser /test, then backside first servlet program is going to run. Okay. This name used by servlet programmer, this name used by deployer, this name used by user. Okay. File, save. After that, we have to create war file. Here, war file we have to create in first tab folder. We have to come back to first tab folder. So cd 2 dots. It will come here. Clear the screen. Here. Now we have to create war file. Jar. Jar is a JDK tool and it is used to create jar files, war files, ER files and RAR files. Now it is web application, we are going to create war file. Here CVF, C create, V verbose, F file to be created. Three options I am using. We are going to create, that's what C. While creating, if you want to display details of war file, V required, verbose output, F file to be created. Which file? First.war we are creating. But what you want to add to this war file? Whatever is there in the first tab folder, those all I am going to add. For that, just you have to write dot. This dot meaning all files and folders of current directory. See, if I enter, add it. See, adding WebInf, adding classes, adding firstsolid.class, adding firstsolid.java, adding web.xml, all added. Okay. Now, creating war file is completed. We have to start the server. Server already started. This is, see, Tomcat server startup in 3504 milliseconds. Server started already. It is running. Now, we have to open the browser. Here, first of all, we have to type http colon 2 localhost colon 8082. If you write like this, HTTP hypertext transfer protocol, this protocol used by browser and server to communicate on the web. Localhost, server installed in same computer, that's what localhost. Server, if it is installed in other computer, we have to write computer name. But which server? Tomcat server. 8082 port number I assigned to Tomcat server. By default 8080. I change it to 8082. That is the reason I am writing 8082. When I enter, we'll get a Tomcat server home page. I typed here. Now Tomcat server home page opened. Here you have to click on manager app button. It will ask username and password. While installing Tomcat server, whatever you given username and password, that is you have to type. I given username admin, password also I given admin. Click on sign in button. Now here, just scroll down. Here, choose file. Select war file to upload. Here, select war file to upload. Choose file. Click on choose file button. Now, we created war file. Where we created? In C drive. In C drive, first tab folder. In a first tab folder, first.war. Select. Click on open. Now, here first.war file displayed. Now, click on deploy button. Here, you will get a message. Here, message OK. That means successfully deployed. After that, you can check the application's path. See, application's path. Here, /first. And here, running. Yes, true. Once if you get a OK message and true message, then your application successfully deployed. Now, you can run. For running the application, you can click on first hyperlink also. Click. Now, it shows not found. Reason, we return only war file name. We have to type URL pattern /test. This is given in web.xml /test. This is a first solid mapped. Test URL pattern I mapped. Okay. Now, if you enter, you'll get output welcome. This is first solid program without IDE. You observe this program, solid program executed in server, HTML code transferred to browser. Now this browser received. When browser received HTML code executed, we got a output. So I given in the HTML BG color equal to green. That's what background color green. Text equal to yellow. That's what text color yellow color. Level 1 heading I given. That's what like this text displayed. Okay.